Love is still in the air on Pole House Blackpot Weekend Getaways. This week it's my turn as we continue our visit to Graham Cave State Park. Last week, Wade fixed me this wonderful cake. We also visited this historic country store. This week we visit Graham Cave itself, this Missouri award-winning distillery, and I fixed Wade one of his favorites, chicken curry. Stick around.
They're done, hon. Well, it's Sunday morning.
Yep.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning. We're staying another day.
Yep. We're going to stay here all day today, and then tomorrow morning we'll head home. Nice of me being off on Mondays, isn't it?
Yes.
So we can do things like this. And beautiful morning. As long as the wind doesn't pick up too much today, so hopefully that cleared off overnight. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunrise. We didn't get up real early to get too much of the sunrise, but that's all right.
Iris has been kind of barky pants.
She's been over here being a noisy girl. What's the matter? What's the matter? You been noisy this morning? You better finish your breakfast. You better finish your breakfast. You better finish your breakfast? Yeah. I gave her breakfast, but she hadn't finished it yet. Sometimes she might wait to eat with us, so we're not gonna do anything fancy today for breakfast. We're gonna have eggs scrambled in with some sausage and probably some tortillas. But all right, we're gonna get some breakfast and get our coffee, and then we're gonna regroup and see what else we're gonna do for today. So we'll see in a bit. All right, I thought maybe while I'm here, I know in last week's video we didn't give you a quick tour of the campground or the campsite very much, so I'll give you a little more rundown. We are at lot 45. This is a 30 amp electric, and they only have 30 amp electric. There's no 50 amp here, unfortunately. It's not a real big campground. I think there's about 50, something like that, sites, and about half of them are electric, and the other half are primitive or basic, they call it here. And as you come up the hill, those are all the basic ones. Then we get up here at the top, there's a nice big loop that has the 30 amp electric. And now we have basically our traditional Missouri State Parks site. Each one has, of course, a picnic table and fire pit. And then we got over here that Iris is hooked to is the post to hang your lantern on. And then right in behind, which is a perfect location, is your 30 amp plug. So if you can look around here, this is it's a little bit rough, as you can see. Maybe down here may not be able to pick it up on camera. Been here a while, so it's getting a little rough as far as the asphalt, but still pretty good. All these sites here, this campground, are paved and pretty good spots. Like I say, just what do you think, Angel? Pretty nice, isn't it?
One complaint, you can hear the highway. That's what makes it so good for travelers, though.
Yes, very good.
And it's kind of a hidden gem.
Yes, not very far at all off the interstate I-70 here. So it's good in that space, but it's bad in the other. So, okay, well, we just got done doing the dishes after breakfast. We're kind of relaxing a little bit, and then we're gonna kind of leave in a few minutes and go check out probably some more stuff here. Yeah, probably go check out Graham Cave itself. So we'll see you in a bit. All right. Well, we've
Had
rested.
our breakfast.
Yeah, we had a breakfast and cleaned up, and we kind of relaxed a little bit. Didn't have much time to relax yesterday because when we weren't traveling, we were making that cake.
That 3-hour cake that turned into a 4-hour cake.
So we hope you enjoyed that video on that last week. And I know it takes a lot of work, but you gotta try it.
It's a good cake.
Wonderful cake. So we are going to go down the bottom of the hill to Graham Cave itself. So we'll meet you there.
Oh, it smells
Okay, we have made it down to the bottom of the hill to the parking lot, and we're gonna head. We got a nice paved road up to the cave, so we'll be there in a minute.
Yep. Straight ahead. Distance to the cave, 0.1 mile, or 540 feet.
We can't see it in the light, but
8% grade. Scenic trail, 0.2 miles. Interpretive shelter. All right, let's go this way. Come on, Ibis.
and it's also, if we want to, goes up to the Indian Glade Trail, 0.9 miles. Now, no bicycles, no equestrian, and no motorcraft vehicles. Only walking and hiking and backpacking. So, yes, it is a pretty good grade up the hill, so.
Oh, they said 8%.
8%, all right. But not very far. We gotta catch up to Mama. We gotta catch up to Mama, Dad. We gotta catch up, we're behind. We gotta catch up. Okay, now be caught up. Now you can slow down.
There once was a lot of evidence of human activity in this cave. The original owners was the first archaeologists, so to speak, to find artifacts in this cave. In the 1970s, the University of Missouri had a lot of archaeologists in here excavating. There are no further plans for excavations, and the site has been backfilled to preserve what artifacts are remaining in this cave. It shows that there were human activity 10,000 years ago.
All right, you ready to go for another hike back down? All right. Come on, let's go. We see you at the bottom, hon.
Alrighty.
All right, let's go, baby. Stop. Well, come this way, Iris. Looky over here. Wow, that's pretty. That's pretty cool. Right behind me is a neat half-frozen waterfall. We've had enough cold weather in the last week to make a lot of ice coming off there, but now it's warmed up today. It's running pretty good. It's beautiful. Okay, actually we've stayed together for a little ways, and both trails come around and down to that waterfall we just passed, and then we're gonna split off from here finally. This one straight ahead it stays yellow, which is the cave trail. That goes back to the parking lot, shorter, and then this one we're gonna let Iris and I are gonna go on is the Fern Ridge Trail. It's a blue one, and it's 0.3 miles, so we're a little bit further. Okay, we'll meet you at the bottom, hon.
All right.
I'll be all right. Well, we have made it back, haven't we, Iris? We're back down to the parking lot. That was a beautiful little hike. So, Angel's back over at the other end of the parking lot. So we're gonna make a loop around back over here and find how she did on her return hike. So, we'll catch up with her in a second. Well, what did you think? Where was your trail back down?
My trail back down was a little slick, as you know. I don't know if you got video of it or not, but I fell.
No, I didn't get video.
And you got something on your nose, babe.
Oh well, you're probably on video.
Yes.
I want to have you with me to
It was
check
a little slick, but it was nice.
Yeah, our trail, of course, went up, came up on this ridge top, all the way across there, and you can see that it was kind of rugged, of course.
I probably didn't
But
have no
no,
business
there was another
being on
waterfall, but wasn't near as impressive as the one
that one was beautiful.
that you and I
wasn't
both saw before it split off. But it was a nice trail, pretty fun. We got some good video, I think, of Iris and I walking around on it. So.
Well, I need to go change my pants, dear.
Yeah,
They're all muddy.
We're gonna head back to camp for a little bit, rest before another adventure. Okay, we just got back from Graham Cave. Did a little hiking down there. That was beautiful. A lot of fun down there.
Yep, I got my pants changed.
A little bit muddy.
Yeah, it was just a little bit muddy.
We thought.
Last week you saw.
Yeah, it was last week or the week before.
We told you we were going to go somewhere, but we were going to let you try to figure it out.
Yeah,
with us going through Kansas, Colorado, and New Mexico.
And that's going to be our summer vacation. So, now, what we're going to do, we'll do something a little different. We're not going to tell you right now where we're going, but remember it was historic value. And what we want to do...
Not necessarily all in one place, historic place.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is, as you know, we have cookbooks out. So we're going to have a little game for you all to win a free cookbook. So, there's a couple of conditions that you have to do. One, you need to be
a subscriber
if you're not already. And two, you have to watch this whole video through, because we're gonna pop up down somewhere on the title,
and it'll be small, so you'll have to watch.
You have to watch the whole video, because we're not gonna say anything. It's just gonna pop up and tell you where we are. Now, once you see that, what you gotta do is send it to us via email to our address at
Pole House Black Pots, all one word, all lowercase,
and
at gmail.com.
Now, don't send it on Facebook or on
anywhere else, because then everybody
is going to know. So we want you to just send your first name and last initial, if you want to at first. Unless we know you can send it, but just email only. And then we're going to put all of them in a hat, and we'll do a random drawing, and then we'll let you know that you want it, and then we'll ask for your mailing address, and we'll mail it to you, unless you're close to home and we can deliver it or something like that.
Yes.
So, and we're going to have a deadline, and we'll have to do the math. We forgot to do that. So we'll do a deadline, give you all about a week or so to find it, and then we'll pop right at the bottom of the screen, right down here, right now, we will pop the deadline date of when you got to send it, and then we'll do the drawing. So, good luck. Hope you can win a free cookbook.
Now, off to our next adventure.
Yep, off to our next one. See you in a minute. All right, we have come to the Wood Hat Distillery for a little tour. Hello, you must be Gary.
Welcome to Wood Hat.
Wow.
Well, thank you. I'm Angel.
Hi, Angel.
I'm Wade. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Do you make these hats, or where did you
I do. I make those hats.
Oh, me.
Hence the name Wood Hat Distillery.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty neat.
I like that one
So,
there.
most distilleries' names
Uh-huh.
are 2 words short. So we breed corn for taste. So this is where everything happens. Starts in here, and this is the kind of the heartbeat of the operation. So this is where we start. So these pipes coming in here are hot oil, and the wood heats hot oil.
Mm-hmm.
We bring hot oil in here to cook with and distill with. So we basically have a 1,000-gallon pot, takes a ton of grain, and we cook that grain, take it up to basically boiling, cook it for an hour, and cool it down.
This one.
So yeast can live in it. We ferment, 4 days we're done. So we take a ton of corn in a 1,000-gallon batch, and we make 10% alcohol in 4 days. 4 days, I spent a little time in Scotland, and we basically follow that same procedure. You know, been making whiskey long before we were a country.
Since the dark ages.
Open top, 4 days, high temp. So we make about a 10% beer. In the 4 days, we bring it back in here and start heating it up. Here it comes into a stainless steel bucket, and we don't pump anything once it's alcohol. After it's alcohol, it only touches stainless steel, glass, or wood.
No plastic.
Put it in barrels. We roll the barrels right up to the base of the tanks, put it right in the barrel. Then we take the barrels, take them outside, let them age for whatever year, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 6 years. Raise them up with a hand-operated forklift and let them run downhill.
Gravity does the
We
job.
raise everything up and let gravity do the work. All the grain and all of our spent material from the distilling process goes in a tank out back, and that's fed to cows. Take the 200-degree water and take it down to 100 degrees. We use these 2 tanks. The first one we use here, we'll bring it. Even though we're a distillery, we grow our own corn. Now, some of the acres, we don't own the dirt or the tractor, but some we do. And we do in smaller patches, so we have to have a planter and a corn picker and a combine and all those things. So we kind of have to be in the farming business also. So inside this furnace is a big tank, and that tank is full of oil. It's a high temp oil. Vaporizes at 625. So that oil is heated up, and then we pump it through these pipes in there. It goes in there, heats up in the still, comes back, just a big.
Do you usually cook most every weekday, or do you have to produce that much?
We cook on Thursdays and Fridays, and we do a ton of batch, each batch, and then that'll be ready to distill on Monday.
Could get very far very fast with it.
A lot of people.
Oh man, it smells good in here though.
So, aging whiskey is all about temperature changes and barometric changes. So that makes the whiskey go in and out of the barrel. So this facility speeds up the aging process. The future of whiskey lies behind this door. This is one of my early tools I use for selecting corn. So humans are not the best at taste, but coons and deer are much better than we are. So you line up the different corns, put this out in the woods, and see which ones the squirrels say is the best. The squirrels and the coons and the deer will tell you immediately
Which
what
is the best,
is
because
the
they'll
best tasting. So that is just one of the mechanisms I use for buying or looking at corn down the road. Corn, for the future, we had 129 corns last year, and we selected those down. So how do we select that? Well, the first thing we do is we make cornbread. Second thing we do is make grits. And the third thing, we make white dog.
What's white dog?
Right out of the still.
Okay.
Not aged, just a clear whiskey. So right here, these are white dogs that we're going forth with. And these are all different corns that we have created. These are not corns that exist anywhere else in the world. These are ours. And they make different whiskeys.
Liquor, any kind of liquor, don't take much.
I think it's better aged. It's good, but I think it's better aged. It's a little deeper.
I like the other better.
Do you?
Some people do, yeah.
That's just, it's a little
But
strong
that-
flavored.
The other we had in the jug in there. Did you try any of that? We
That's
probably
good.
should go over there and try it now. This is all American, so this is the 3 different kinds of corn. Every corn has its signature taste. And see, this blue corn is really smooth up front. And you're ready. You can walk in the door. We start on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay.
And then our weekend starts on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's our weekend.
Okay.
And so we're gonna cook on Thursday, Friday, and we distill on Monday and Tuesday.
Right.
And right now, for tours, it's best to either call us, which is 573-835-1000, or get on the website.
Yeah, a nice
Wood
website. You got all the products on here that you want, including your merchandise, your sweatshirts and t-shirts and things like that. And so yeah, thanks very much for the tour. It's been great to meet you, Gary.
Yeah, it's glad for you guys to stop in.
Very fun and a lot
Good luck at the Dutch oven.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll give you some Dutch oven cornbread stuff.
All right. Yeah, we'll try it.
Yeah, we'll try it.
It makes a difference.
Well,
we made it back to camp from a very
informative, fun,
interesting
tour of a local distillery.
Yeah.
Wood Hats, right?
Owner and operator and tour guide, Gary. Thank you, Gary, for letting us come and giving us that wonderful tour. That was the best afternoon we've had in a long time.
Yes, it is.
Lots of fun.
And he was so full of information.
There's a lot of stuff that I didn't even know about. Even little things like the different colors of corn, and probably the neatest thing was how they were reusing all stuff, byproducts of different things, and
even to light
energy.
the fire, they used, didn't he say that was the only wood burning distillery
in America?
That's
right. So
So he uses even the byproduct of what he makes to start his
basically
fire.
like a ground source heat and cooling that you use in other homes. He uses that for cool water to run the cooling for the distillery. You got to have lots of cool water. It's just amazing how they use it. And then you use that to help heat the building in the wintertime. It's just wonderful and informative. So
yes,
now we're back to camp, and last week's video I made
my favorite cake.
Tonight Angel's going to make one of my favorite things that she's made for years. Probably something that you made special when we were dating.
I'm sorry, I stole your recipe for chicken curry. Yep, we're having chicken curry tonight.
Chicken curry. So we're going to be right back, regroup, and get chicken curry cooking for supper.
All right, this is my part of this weekend is making the curry. This is something I've made since before Wade and I ever got together.
I think it's one of the things you tried to make me that I really like one of them date night things to impress me, and it did.
Yes, and I about killed your brother Daryl. Remember that?
Yeah.
He didn't like it being that hot. So, it's an easy recipe, but it's got lots of flavor. 3 cans of coconut milk. Oh my goodness, it's so cold out here. Well, all right, like I said, 3 cans of coconut milk.
It's a little bit funky coming out of there with it being cold.
Real coconut milk, not the stuff that's sweetened, unsweetened coconut milk.
Very important to get the right kind.
Yes, we've done the other.
If you're looking at Walmart or something, it's in the Oriental section. Most of this stuff is.
And then 3 cans of bamboo shoots. You want to get the flavor permeating through them bamboo shoots, because those don't taste like much of nothing without it.
Kind of like celery.
Yes.
They add a nice texture though to your dish.
Yes, they do.
With them still staying crunchy.
Yes, they do. They don't cook away to nothing. Now, this next ingredient, as I get stuck in the mud, a little bit goes a long way. And that's this green curry paste. Yes, you can use green or curry powder, but I like the flavor of this a whole lot more.
The curry powder is basically just the flavor of the curry. This paste has lots of other flavored stuff and quite a bit of heat in this green.
Yes.
So if you're not a real heat fan, might want to cut down on the
And maybe
green.
not use it
Yeah,
at
and
all.
you could always try it and add. The thing of it is, though, the first couple of bites aren't that hot, but this curry kind
It
of
sneaks up.
it sneaks up as you eat it. It just keeps getting hotter. So you want to be careful.
And I'm gonna put my chicken in here in a minute, and it's about 3/4 to a pound of chicken for every can of what you have. We're making a batch. We thought we were gonna have company tonight. It looks like maybe we're not. So, but I brought the ingredients. We can always freeze it, what have you.
Now the yellow is the curry paste is got a different type of flavor, but not very much heat. But it's really a nice combo.
If you're adding just it, which you can, you have to add red pepper flakes. Depending on what color you want.
Now the last time I think we used this coconut milk and the yellow was when we were in Michigan. Didn't we do chickpea curry?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then my chicken goes in, and we got.
And this is raw
flour.
Raw chicken breast, correct?
Right. We're gonna have to get that cooking real hard. So let's get this fire built
We'll be
up.
back and get the fire built up a little bit more.
Okay, this has been cooking enough. One thing about it, when that coconut milk, Iris is on patrol, so that coconut milk, when it's solid like that, you can't do a whole lot with it. You gotta let it do its thing so you can stir it. Fact is, Wade, come look. Get a tight end shot of that. See that white there? That's coconut milk that hasn't gotten to where hasn't melted yet. Yeah. So to this, I'm gonna add a bay leaf for every can I put in of the coconut milk.
Yeah.
So there's one bay leaf. Up, 2, 3. Now, my recipe called for oyster sauce. Big problem with oyster sauce. I'm allergic to shellfish. So, I can't use oyster sauce in here. And my recipe's gonna reflect that. I'm gonna get, I've got some fish sauce here, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it. As soon as I figure out how this opens, there it is. It's got a squirt thingy in there, so I'm just gonna, maybe that much.
Probably a couple tablespoons, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If that. A little bit of that goes a long way. Fact is, I got it on my hand. I'll smell fish all day and all night.
Well, not much of the day left. It's
That's why I
getting
said
dark
all
on
night.
us.
So now, all but one ingredient is in here. Like I said, it looks like a lot because there is a lot in here. So, we're gonna just put the lid on this. Ah, my shoe's sticking.
Yeah, it turned out muddy down here by the fire pit, didn't it?
And we're just gonna let it cook along. So we'll be back in a bit. Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, I'm starting to smell it. That curry really is getting some good smelling.
Yes. Now this is something that has to be cooked over a very hot fire, or it won't get done. Well, it will, but it'll take it forever. Isn't that pretty?
You can see it through the steam. The one thing about cooking in the cool weather, it's hard to see what's in the pot for all steam coming out.
All right, now, if you're looking, Yana,
Cooking.
so we're gonna cover it. About 20 minutes, we'll add the last ingredient and let that cook for a little bit. And then we'll be ready to eat.
Okay, one of the other additions that we're just gonna do on the cook stove for our curry tonight is jasmine rice. So I started the water, come up to a boil, so now I'm going to add it in. Now, Angel says we got to bring it to a boil, so I'm trying to back up a little bit. Grab me a spoon, get it stirred in good. Give me a spoon. There we go. Stir it in. Otherwise, you kind of get a thick, gooey glob. And now you can use other kind of rice, but there's a good, distinct flavor that you really should use to make a best for this dish, and that is jasmine rice. Doesn't really need anything else in it. The water, you put a little salt, but you really don't need it because that jasmine rice has its own unique flavor. So as soon as it comes to boil, we turn it back down. It's like any regular cooking rice. Turn it down low and let it cook. It probably takes about 20 minutes. Lid on, bring it up to a boil.
Oh. Oh my.
As you can see, we got good boilage, don't we, hon?
Yep, we do.
Maybe hard to see on camera because it's steaming so good.
Look at that. I'd say that chicken's done. But we got one more thing we got to add. And that's bean sprouts. My original recipe didn't have that. But Wade wanted to try it one time. And they are so good in there.
Yeah,
Just added that to the recipe.
I love bean sprouts in there. And if you can find them oriental vegetables
Those are better.
are kind of good.
We can't find those right now.
Except for the baby corn. We don't like the baby corn for some reason. It doesn't taste...
In the can. We don't use the frozen.
Yeah.
Okay, about the time the rice is done, this will be done.
Now, what about soy sauce?
We do that when we eat it ourselves.
Okay. And you could add that to give it a little zip or a little bit of... Adds a little bit of the saltiness if you wanted it too, couldn't you?
Yeah, because that curry paste has got lots of salt and stuff in it. That's part of it.
So once it comes, it basically comes to temp now. It'll be ready to eat, won't it?
Yep.
Rice will be done probably in a few minutes, and we'll be time for some supper. Okay, we took the lid off, gave it a little fluff and stir. Water is absorbed, so that pretty much means
it's done. Let's do it.
that when you're doing the rice, just like any rice, you look at the package instructions on so much dry rice and so much water. So just follow them for jasmine as you do anything else. Okay, hon?
I think you better go get it. I think it's done.
I gotta have a glove.
Okay, yeah, because the bale's gonna be hot. And once again, the flaming orb got away from us. It's totally dark. Oh, look at that.
Ooh, oh, it smells good too.
Oh yeah, it does. Well, he took the light away, so as soon as he comes back, we'll show you what it looks like.
Sorry, I had to put that Dutch oven.
Wasn't hot at all, was it?
Because you don't want to put, you think you want to sit it down somewhere, and there's no room on this little bitty table, and you put it on the ground, then the bottom of it's going to be dirty, and we didn't bring over a lid stand, so.
I'll tell you what, I think that looks good.
Yeah,
Here,
I'll
you
hold the camera, you start dishing one up.
Yeah, I'm going to. Put this over here for right now. Why don't you hand me your bowl too?
Or you just dish one up and then I'll trade bowls.
Okay. Oh, smells so good. Now, we do something, we've Americanized this a bit. What happened to them chow mein noodles?
They're right here, maybe.
I'm gonna put the lid on this.
A little crunchy. Yeah, it's a little texture. Little crunchy chow mein noodles are good.
Oh man.
You have my
Spoon, yes I do.
over there, hon.
I expect you to eat that with your fingers, dear.
Chow mein noodles.
What do you think?
Just like it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Good on a nice cold winter night.
Don't eat the green leaf.
Yeah, the bay leaf's not good to eat.
Nope.
Good for flavor, but I'd eat it. So, well, you know,
About does it
about
for this
does it.
weekend
We're not
getaway.
going to go anywhere special on the way home. We're going to get up in the morning, pack up, and head for home. So, I think it's going to be, I guess we're going to thank you all for watching again. Hope you enjoyed this weekend getaway to Graham Cave State Park.
We hope you found where we're going for our vacation,
Yep,
where we're hitting Kansas, Colorado, and New Mexico.
that's right.
We don't forget about the cookbooks. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, which is a like. Subscribe if you haven't already, and give us a comment or
Yep,
two.
share us, Facebook or Instagram. And, yep, I guess
We'll
that's it.
see you next week.
Yep, thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.